Let's talk about love, the good and tough. Through all the ups and downs, we're strong enough. The marriage is work, but it's worth the fight. Let's dive into our life, shining those lights. Two hearts, one road, walking side by side, highs and lows. Got nothing to hide, love's a journey. So we state the facts, making this eternity. Let's talk about love, the good and tough. Through all the ups and downs, we're strong enough. The marriage is work, but it's worth the fight. Let's dive into my life, shining those lights.
Good evening, good
Hey,
evening. What's up, people? Welcome
Hi,
back.
everyone.
Welcome back to Love and
back.
Marriage. It's our podcast of love and marriage. It's our way of sharing with the community of marriage and hopefully being able to pour back into young marriages, marriages that are
Seasoned marriage.
seasoned marriages,
Yeah.
marriages that are falling apart. However,
People who are thinking about getting married.
getting married, yep,
Yeah.
all these things. We're just literally trying to be a voice for those that are wanting to have a successful marriage, right? And that's our niche. That's what we're going to stick with, and ain't nothing you can do about it. So anyhow, I'm Eric Ty Greene.
And I am Kathy Greene, his better half.
Well, that's kind of presumptuous to say you're my better half.
I'm his
Let
better
me
half.
say it.
I'm his better half.
She is my better half. Thank you. And I am your
better half.
I was hoping you didn't say pain in the butt, but I'll deal with that. I'll accept that. But thank y'all so much for hanging out with us tonight. We are just going to have a few minutes of exhortation, a few minutes of encouragement, a few minutes of just blessing those that are, in marriage, looking to be married, and those that are struggling with marriage that want to make or have a successful marriage. We hope we do our best to pour into you and, give you some type of encouragement that'll make you press towards whatever God has for you in your marriage, right? To make it become the best. Now, here's the reason why we didn't go live yesterday on Monday, right?
He's been working me, guys.
Yes,
He's been
I
busy.
have. Yes, I have. So long story short, my parents' house went in foreclosure after their death, and it was my will, it was my desire to reclaim that property because I know the hard work that they put into that property, struggling, in the era at the time of the 1970s when they bought the house. And I just wanted to honor them and purchase that house. And let me tell you what God did.
God did it.
He made a way.
He did it.
He made a way.
To God be the
Yes,
glory.
he did. He made a way. So the investor who bought the house did a marvelous job on the house. And my wife showed it to me on Zillow, and she said, "Babes, look, the house is up for sale," and da 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 da. And we put things in place, and then God did the rest of it.
He sure did.
And we can give him the glory, solely him the glory.
Yeah.
He is the I am that I am. That's what he is. And he became the provider for us, right? That's what he is. He became the answer for us. That's what he is. Whatever you need God to be, he said, I am. That's what he said. I am. Whatever you need me to be, I am that thing. And he provided it for us. So we are now doing this live broadcast in Georgetown, South Carolina. And I can't, right now, y'all seeing the calm me. But a day or so,
he was very excited.
Oh my God.
Babes, I want to talk about how God really did this, right? And it ties into trusting God with all your might.
Yes.
Because when the house first went up on the market, we put a bid on the house and someone bid higher. Obviously, the investor accepted their bid. So we were like, you know what? It is what it is. Let's just move on with our life. We were a little bit upset, maybe disappointed. I would say disappointed.
Yeah. Not upset.
Yeah, disappointed. But Eric said, "Babes, if God wants us to have that house, we'll have it."
Yep.
And I'm thinking in the back of my mind, but they just accepted someone else. But nevertheless, and right when that person went to closing, something happened.
It fell through.
Right.
Yes.
Something happened.
Hey, that's what it was.
That's
the best part of the story, bro. I'm so serious.
Let me finish it.
Go ahead. Kill it.
Since you didn't do it.
Kill it, girl. Kill it.
And you know, the realtor, she had called me back and say, hey, look, the house is back on the market, are you guys still interested? And I asked Eric, I was like, look, do you want to do this? The house is back on the market. And he was like, yep, let's just do this. And I say all of that, and we went to closing on Friday. We have the house, we've been working really hard, that's why you guys haven't seen us. But I said all of that, right, not to be bragging or anything like that. But what God has for you, no devil in hell can take it away.
That'll preach right there. Hold on, let me get you an offering.
Stop. You know, sometimes things, and I learned a lot about this from Eric's teaching. Sometimes things may not go the way we expect it to go, right? And that's because we don't see what's behind the scene that God is working out in our favor. Right, and this is, don't look at me like that.
You preaching over there?
This is
about
really
offering.
something that we didn't do this.
Yeah,
God did this, and to watch my husband and I go through the process, but to watch him really get a little bit emotional because he's doing something.
And did.
Yeah, I cried first. He's doing something. We did something in honor of his parents.
Yeah.
So, guys, I'm talking to whoever out there, whatever you're going through, just trust and know that God is going to make a way, even if you don't see it.
Yeah.
Right? But trust in God, because one of the things he said was, baby, if God wants us to have this house, we'll get it. Yeah. And God did this. And we give God all the glory.
All the glory. This is no self-proclamation here. I'm not trying to claim nothing, even our financial position, right? I'm not even trying to claim that. It's the setting up that God did to get us in the position to be able to purchase the house, right? You can have all the money in the world, but if you're not positioned to receive what God is trying to give you, then you're not going to have it. And we were positioned.
Yeah, and it ties into love and marriage too, right? You know, the Bible talk about equally yoked, and, you know, people talk about, you know, equally yoked mean many things. But if you don't have a partner that lines up with your beliefs or line up with your
where you're trying to go,
right? It makes it a little bit difficult. And I think, honestly, I wanted this more than Eric did, because I wanted him to see that this is where he grew up. This is where his, what his parents worked hard for. I wanted it more for you. To be honest.
And you did, because I think I was at my ends with this. Like, I'm saying to myself, well, you know, do I even really want to tackle on another mortgage? And I'm up in age now, and I ain't that old, but you know what I mean. But do I really want to tackle another mortgage? And do I want to rent out again? We've done that before. Do I want to join the Airbnb? Whatever it was kind of like saying, like, I had a disgruntled spirit about it. But yet at the same time, I was zealous about getting the property that once belonged to the people that birthed me, raised me, matured me, you know, and made me to become who I am. So all of the benefit goes to them more so than me. I just wanted that legacy of what my father did to get his wife a house. I wanted that legacy to be continued. So we're here.
Yeah, and, you know, if God brought us this far, right, I feel like God is going to make a way. We talk about, you know, we have another mortgage, but I have like a calm, a peace.
Yeah, same here.
Not worrying about how we're going to do it, because God did this.
Yeah,
and
man.
Obviously, if he did this, it means that he's going to provide.
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
Right? He's going to provide for what we need in order to maintain it.
Yes.
So I'm not worried about it.
Even if we have to sell like Christian crack. That didn't come out right. That didn't come out the way I intended it to come out, right? But you know what I mean.
Yeah,
you sell an arm and a leg, give blood, something.
No.
But we are grateful. The bottom line, we are so grateful that God opened that door for us. And we came down here this weekend, February 14th, on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, the day the book launch, guys.
The reason why we did it all on one day. We launched the book on the 14th because we knew we were closing on the 14th.
Valentine's Day.
And it all encapsulate love.
Yeah.
The love I have for my parents.
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
love my wife had for me. She was like, listen, you don't have to buy me no candies on the 14th, but make sure you do it on the 16th. She
So,
wasn't trying to get away from
anywho,
the candy.
before we move forward, guys, for those of
Yeah.
you who have liked, shared, purchased our book, tell a
Yeah.
friend, tell a
Yeah.
family,
Yeah.
text us congratulations. We appreciate
Thank you.
all of the support.
Thank you.
The launch was a success. Um, go on the website
Yeah. Yeah.
www.greenhouselove.com. Purchase your copy. We have it on Amazon as
Amazon.
well, and I
Yeah.
checked Amazon, and people are purchasing through Amazon. But if you
Right.
want the signed copy, purchase it on our website, greenhouselove.com. Click on yes, you'd like a signed copy. Eric and I will
We'll
write
sign it. Yeah,
a
no
cute
AI.
note.
We'll sign
Yeah, we'll sign. No
it.
AI note.
And it's really a book of our basically our autobiography, just speaking about how we became who we are today with each other through all the trials that we went through on different scenarios, right?
Yeah,
Not like we went through it together. She and her past and my past, we just came together. It matters who you marry.
it does.
I don't care what nobody ever tell you, well, but I love them. But you can love somebody that's not equally right for you.
Yeah,
It matters who you marry just as much as it matters who you eat from.
yeah.
Because each
Ah,
relation,
wow,
oh, you like that, right?
wow. I do.
Each in every marriage,
Are you talking about spiritual eat?
yes,
Yes, I
whatever it may
like
be,
that.
but in every marriage, each individual has to be able to feed the other individual. You have to be able to pour into your counterpart. You
Yeah.
have to be able to feed them something. Because, like for me, I'm I've always said this. I'm a hard worker, but I was not constructively um, uh, patterned after being um, a good employee. I'm just trying to fix it up so y'all don't think that I'm a garbage dude. Right? But
He's not a garbage dude.
no, I just went to work and went to work.
He went to work and went to
You
work.
know what I mean? But she poured into me and made me realize your workability should meet also your manageability. So you should be able to manage yourself and others. And that created who I am now. I'm a manager. I never thought about being one. I just want to go to work and come home. But she said your talent should always exuberate whatever you do. And I'm living that life that she shared with me. And as well as my life, I'm that minister dude and da 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 da. I've shown her how to live in God free.
Yes, because I was rough,
Yeah. Oh,
y'all.
good Lord.
Whoa, whoa,
I didn't
it's
mean it
my
that way.
story.
I didn't
I
mean
was
it
rough.
that
I'm still a little bit on the, pray for me. But no, to Eric's point, it does matter who you marry, and our book talk about that, right? It talks about our struggle, um,
how we
how
met.
we met,
Yeah,
right, and how we met. It was none but God,
absolutely.
because we both said, and this is in the book also. We both said, I said, I don't know what
We
you're
ain't
looking
doing it
for.
again.
We're not doing it again. We can be friends, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No
we're not
marriage
doing
in
it
this
again.
picture.
And it talks about our struggle before, and it talked about how God put us together, and
Right, right.
it even talk about, since we've been married, some of uh, the
Challenges.
hiccups that
Right,
we've been through,
right.
as well. And it talks about where we are today and what we did to get here, and how
Mhm.
we work together, and how God uh, pretty much
Gelled us together, but
keep.
made us become, not to cut you,
No, no,
baby,
go ahead.
but made us to become one.
Yeah,
Because I can honestly say that we are striving to that oneness.
yeah,
And I can't exaggerate. We're close there. We're close there because she doesn't think of a thought that I already said to myself, like, I know my wife is getting ready to say this,
yeah.
versa versa.
Mm-hmm.
And when she wants to explore into one of her business ventures, because she does a lot, right?
Y'all see it
I,
coming. Y'all see. Check out my pages. Y'all
yeah,
see something coming.
I'm already there, always there, ready to
He
support.
is
It's not a
100%.
matter of, babes, do you think this is going to work? No. If you believe it's going to work, because that's your vision, not
Yeah.
mine. If you believe it's going to work, I'm going to support it. If it does not work, that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
You tried. The last thing I will do is say, don't try, because most people that don't try don't succeed, period.
Yeah.
You don't step out, you don't launch out, you will not know what God has for you. And I would hate to be the person to allow my wife to not experience what God has called her to because of my selfishness or my self-righteous behavior. Same with her. When
Yep.
this situation came up, she pushed me to move forward on the property, and here we are. So
Yeah.
that's what we're doing. We're talking about oneness. We're talking about wholeness. We're talking about the sun and the moon, two lights. We're talking about one light getting the reflection of the next light. In other words, order,
Yeah.
order, just order. When I am operating in my authority, my wife operates in her authority.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't argue. As the sun comes up and goes down, and the moon comes up
Yeah.
and goes down, we work harmoniously together. That's what I would like to pour into any marriage. You got to have harmony in your marriage.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
Otherwise, it's not going to work, or otherwise, you guys will keep butting heads.
all day long,
Right?
all day
Yeah.
long. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, thank you all for listening to that. Some of it was boring, but at the end of the day, we gave it to you from our hearts.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the power, God. I'm sorry, y'all. People are texting me right now about the book, and I'm going, I can't talk right now because I'm on live, and they're saying, but we need your book. That's a promotion. So, baby, let's talk about the power of prayer and patience in a
Yeah.
marriage.
Yeah.
Prayer and patience in a marriage.
So I would say,
Mhm.
you probably know what I'm saying. Patience is something I'm still working on. But, and Babs, I learned this from you, that you can't do anything without prayer. I remember when we first started the book, writing the book, I had went to Eric like a couple of weeks before and say, I think we need to write a book, or you need to write a book, something like that. And I left it alone, and a couple of days later, he was like, "Babe, you remember when?" And he said, "Let's go, let's do it." And I started like researching and everything, and I go from 0 to 1,000 in seconds.
Mm.
And Eric stopped me like a month in, and he was like, "We never prayed on this, right?
Mhm.
We didn't pray on this. We can't move forward unless we pray."
Yeah.
And ask God guidance and where He wants us to go and what direction you want
wanna
us to
lead us.
right.
Yeah.
And at at that point, I would say, I'm like, well, why didn't you say that in the beginning? Like, you wait till I'm month in, right? But it makes sense
Yeah.
because when you look at where our life is today, God was the leader of it all,
Yep. Yep.
right? He was the leader, and you, for us, I feel like we can't have a successful marriage unless God is in it.
In the core of it, the center of
Right?
it has to be.
Because I'm rough. This is rough.
And no, wait.
Right? No, let me be honest. I'm being honest. And what helped me was seeking God. And I'm like, I know I had to change because then I got convicted.
Right.
Right? So I knew that there's certain things you can't say, there's certain things you can't do. It's how you say it, how you don't say it. So I knew that, and I knew I had to change, and God did it.
Yeah.
And I think that prayer is important, and patience.
Important.
Patience is important because it's two different people, two different culture coming together. And I have to have patience where you have to have patience also. And I think that's important in our marriage.
Well, and for me, I've
You got
always.
something here.
Thank
Okay.
you. I think for me, I've always had that gift of patience.
Yeah, you Jesus
Some
cousin.
people,
You Jesus cousin.
some people have to work on it.
Yeah.
I never had to work on patience. I've always had patience
Yeah.
because I've always had that. I just think I had that Christ-like mindset
Yes, Lord.
where we are all different. We all grow differently. We all mature differently. And at the same time, if you're not willing to let the person you're walking with grow
Yeah.
according to their time, then you're going to become self-righteous because you're going to start pointing your fingers at them.
like
You're going to
that.
start saying, well, so and so and so and so. And we're not built the same way. To each man is given his own measure of faith. So my faith is here. And I understand that for a fact. I have more patience than Kathy because God blessed me with that in that area. But He also blessed Kathy with the gift or the talent of zeal to go after business ideas, if that makes sense, right? And she's strong with that. And sometimes you can get ahead, or you can try to get ahead of
Yeah.
God, only to disappoint yourself, because God is not going to move any faster than he decide he's going to move from the beginning. He never ever said to you what time he was going to do
Yeah.
what he promised you what he was going to do. So you got to be able to consciously control yourself that you don't get ahead of God. And that's where patience comes in. So with prayer, I know only some things can be, or some
Yeah.
things can come through prayer and supplication. Only things, some things only can come through prayer and fasting.
Mm-hmm.
You just ain't gonna get it without God in
Yeah.
it, right? And I don't, at this age, I don't want to do anything only to find myself falling back
Yeah.
because I went too far ahead, right?
I,
So that's what we deal
and I
with.
think too, we've come this far, right?
Hmm.
And you don't want, to your point, you don't want to fall back because we've come this far,
Right.
right? We're not perfect. We're we may slip
Hmm.
here and there, but we know who to lean on
Right.
when we
Right.
do.
Who to go to?
We know who to call on, right? It's
Hmm.
not your friends or your family or
No.
social media or
Right.
whatever. We know who to call on. And one thing I like about us, and again, I learned this from you, is, if we have a disagreement or argument, I shut down, and I can shut down for weeks. He won't go a day. Let's talk, or you want a hug, and you want
Because that's what I
give me
do.
my moment. I'm still mad at you. Give me my moment, but he wants to. We need to talk, or he'll not talk, but come and hug, and and I think
And play.
and play a lot,
Because I
as you
love to
guys,
play.
those who know him, yeah.
Yeah, I
But
love to play.
we've really come a long way,
Yeah.
and we're still growing, but through God, we've also accomplished a
Yeah.
lot. Yeah.
I think it boils down to giving each other grace, right?
Yeah, I was
Giving
gonna
each
say
other
that.
grace.
Yeah.
There were times you've been frustrated at me because I didn't move fast enough.
Yeah.
Or
Oh, this
you
book.
asked me to do
This
something.
book.
You asked me to
Writing
do
this
something,
book
I'm
with
not doing
Eric
it, right?
was a headache, guys.
You know, and in
Ooh,
my position is always laughter, right? Like I'm always
which drives
clowning.
me
I'm
nuts.
clowning
Maybe
because it ain't.
we need to write.
But it is nothing that serious in life. It's nothing that serious in life. You got life once. There's no revolving door. And at the end of the day, if you make something become your entire, you know, day, business, life priority, then you lose life because life is chopped up into different segments.
I just need you
If
to have more of a sense of
no,
urgency.
that's
Yeah, yeah.
see, that's
I need you to, you know, the book, y'all.
that's your vice. That ain't
Listen,
mine. That's not mine.
I had to be like,
So
baby, we need to get to chapter 5. Mine's already written. Let's go.
and,
A
and
week
okay,
later, all right, Cat, I'm gonna get through it.
but okay, but
And
am I?
then look, we talk about prayer. I had to go to God and be like, all right, Jesus, I'm gonna need you to do this
Yeah,
because I ain't got it. I don't have it.
but when it comes to me, and this is the truth, right? When it comes to me, and you say, "Babes, can you just do the chapter?" In maybe less than 10 minutes, I've done it.
After 2 weeks of waiting,
Right, but
yes,
completed it
yes.
because I have the gift of just the ability to speak.
You too.
It
You
comes out
too.
of it.
You too.
It may take Kathy 2 days to complete what is she's trying to say,
Yes.
and that's where we're
Or
different.
2 weeks.
Yeah, right, right. But that's where we're different.
Yeah.
And where she feels like she has to accomplish it in the time because she's only driven by how her mind works, right? She knows it takes that long. For me, I can sit back and God knows this is a gift because me, I'm lazy as jacks. But if you give me a subject and I allow the Holy Spirit to speak on it, I don't have to worry or work hard. It just comes.
It does.
I wish I can explain it, but it just comes.
It does.
So when my wife was complaining, babes, we got to get it by next Friday, right? And it's Tuesday or something of that nature. Yeah, I know. I'll get it Friday. As soon as the deadline comes, I'm there.
Wednesday came. I'm like, baby, we gotta write. You gotta write your chapter. They're waiting for your. Babes, I'm gonna get it. Thursday come. I'm like, this guy. All right, God, do it. Cause my blood pressure.
See,
can't.
I'm kind of sort of like Jesus in that place, right? I go to the 12th hour. Is it? Hold on, is that
TV? Our TV is just
doing its own thing?
Yeah. I'll just turn it off.
So anyhow, that's what it boils down to. We fought writing this book because we had to learn. She had to learn patience with me, right?
Right, because he has no sense of urgency. But
And I had
we're
to learn.
sharing
Right,
this,
right.
guys, because this is what marriage
This
is
is
about.
reality. This
This
is
is
reality.
reality, right?
And they're gonna walk around the house with an attitude like
With
I did something to her.
attitude. And
It's
then
a
he comes in,
book.
look, then he
But
comes
but
in.
but it's a book. I mean, really, seriously.
Are you pressing the button?
No.
You are. So, and again, this comes back with,
Mhm.
in marriages, but you have to
Yeah.
look back and laugh at it, right?
Yeah, because you can never let it become an issue where
Right.
it causes or create division.
Right.
Right? Don't let it become an issue where it creates division. Find a way to find laughter and joy in it, no matter what. Because even when Kathy's mad at me, she can't help but laugh, but she won't laugh in front of me. She'll turn her head, she'll go in the room and laugh. But I find that place where in my heart, I can't let her frustration make me frustrated. Because if I do, then I'm becoming who she is. Right? If I allow her frustration to change my temperature, right? I already set the temperature. I'm joy. If I allow her frustration to change my temperature, then I become her temperature, which is frustration. So I just learned to laugh it off and go, hey, girl, I got you. We're going to get this done. Whatever it takes, right? But you have to learn how to have patience and prayer. She has prayer. I have patience because she's always praying. She's always praying that I get it together.
Yes, Lord, get it together.
But this is, like I said, this is a part of love and marriage. You know, this is what it is when you talking about love and marriage. It's not an easy task trying to make two people become one. And if you are in some type of ministry, it's the hardest ministry.
You didn't put your phone on do not disturb.
So anyhow, it's the hardest ministry. I should have put it on disturb. Did I do it?
You should put it on do not disturb.
All right. Sorry, guys. We just had a phone call come through. The devil is a liar. Hey, glory. but that's the hardest thing when you are in ministry or part of ministry or even just working in service for God. The hardest thing to do is to be able to walk with two people agreeing on one thing, right? It's really hard. It's not easy. It's not easy. I don't care what anyone has said to you that's been married 50, 60, 80, 900 years. They've never got exempted from the trials of becoming successful in their marriage. You do not become successful without trials, without tribulations, without setbacks, without hurts, without disappointments. You do not become successful without those things. Those things bring you to the point of success.
Yeah.
Right? And then when you are successful, it is only best that you be able to pour back, look back, and give to those that are trying to get to where you are, because the struggle is real.
Yeah.
It is 100% real. Y'all, we talking. Y'all keep talking without listening to us. I'm just getting all these clicks. But Babes, what else?
Um.
How do we find? Oh, I got one. How do we manage to stay in love with one another? Or put it this way: How do you manage to stay loving me like it was just yesterday? Don't you lie.
I was gonna say something, but I don't.
Oh my God, these people better stop calling me. Go ahead.
You have a lot of great qualities in you, and I've said this to the kids. They don't get better than you.
Bless God. Hey,
I
hi,
don't.
hallelujah.
Stop.
Hey.
Even with the you talk about marriages have their ups and downs. Even with our ups and downs, right? And you have to be able to forgive. And I've again learned this. That's why I call you Jesus' cousin. Forgive, right? Whether it's something small, something big. But how I manage to still love you as if it's the first because of who you are, right? You see no wrong in anyone. You're a man that prays for your family, prays for your kids, prays for your wife. You have the qualities that anybody would desire.
Mm.
And even the first day, not the first day, when we were dating and went out and I snuck and kissed you, it still feels the same.
Yeah, that was creepy.
It wasn't. You
It was
enjoyed it.
creepy.
No, it wasn't. That's why you wanted more.
Eh.
So, even today, it feels the same. That feeling is the same. The way you hug me is the same. The way you pray for me, it's the same. The way we communicate, the way you love on me, it's the same.
Right.
So it makes it easy for me to love you. The way you pray for me, it's the same. The way if I'm not feeling well, you're always the one, baby, what do you need? Make sure I have, whether it's my food or tea, whatever it is, you're 100% there. And that doesn't say, guys, like he mentioned earlier, we don't have our little hiccups. We don't argue, really, to be honest. We may disagree. You stay in your corner.
Right.
I stay in mine. Give me a moment, right? But that's how I manage to maintain that. Yeah.
Okay. You want to ask me that question?
Yeah, go ahead and answer it.
No, ask me
What
the
was the
question,
question
bro.
again? What's the question?
How do I manage to stay in love with you?
How do you manage to stay in love with me? That's right.
I don't even know, bro. Like, for real.
It's my cooking.
No. Well, your cooking is a plus. No.
You hush.
No, you know what? I think for me is that I made a commitment to love you. Like,
Yeah.
it's one of them things when you are spiritually mature.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? To realize when you commit to something, you have to put efforts into it. Right? That's it for me. It's the effort. I have to put the effort in to always remind myself why I love you. Not why I don't want to be with you. Not why you might piss me off or, no, why I love you. Because if I can remember why I love you, I'd have to worry about what you did or how you did and yada yada.
Yeah.
And forgiveness is always like primary in my heart. It ain't too much anything that anybody can do to me that I won't forgive them for. And I know you know this to be true, right?
Yeah.
But you can't hurt me that bad that I hate you or don't like you or I'm dismayed by you.
Yeah.
Dismayed. But no, I don't have that in my blood. But for you specifically being my wife, I made a promise to God.
I was going to say that.
I made a promise to God.
Yeah.
You're just a secondary subsequent of that promise.
Yeah.
You feel me? So the promise I made to God was to love and honor you, right?
Yeah.
And provide for you. You're getting or reaping the benefits of what I said to God.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I'm obligated to God, not you. So you can leave if you choose to leave, but I promise God that I will never leave you, as He promised me that He would never leave or forsake me. So it makes it easy for me to love you, even in the most turmoil times that we may have experienced. I find that deep inner conviction that says this problem is not to be compared to this reward that God has for you.
Yeah,
Think about
I like
what we've been through, right? In our own little private, hurts. What we've been through. What if I would have walked away?
Yeah. Yeah.
What if you would have walked away?
Yeah.
We would have never got to experience this right here.
Yeah.
There's nothing greater than this right here.
Yeah.
We've seen the worst, and we've seen the worst that we could have possibly seen those years. Not to say nothing else can't come, but we've seen it where it should have broken us.
Yeah.
Now, we may bend, but we did not break.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with that. That's why I remind myself
Yeah.
why I love you instead of saying why I should not love you.
Yeah.
Make sense?
It does.
Yeah.
It does. I think that commitment to God is what sealed the deal.
Yeah, no doubt. That's what it is.
And not to say if your husband or wife abusing you, beating you, whatever, to stay. We're not saying that.
No,
we're just saying,
we're not saying that
for us,
whatsoever.
right?
Unless they make like good oxtail or something. Never mind. Just forget it.
Wait, play some.
I'll take a blow for that oxtail.
Okay, I'm gonna cook you some.
I'll turn the cheek and let you pop me one more time for that oxtail.
You love some oxtail, y'all. I told you I got it with the food.
All right, I'm just kidding, y'all. I'm just kidding. It is so good to have humor in your marriage.
That's right. That's another thing. You need to laugh, right?
Yeah, laugh and not crying.
He jokes a lot. I'm more of would you say a serious person, right?
Too stern.
Too stern.
No, yeah, girl, please.
I am. Okay.
The reason I didn't even approach you in the first time, I was like, why is she mad?
I wasn't mad. I was
No,
just
you
serious
wasn't
at
mad.
work.
You just walked around looking mad.
I was at work.
Look at
I'm
somebody-
a serious.
no.
I'm all about my business.
You look like somebody punched you in the throat.
No, don't do that.
And then you had to come to work the next day and you mad.
No.
So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna bother her. Babe, do you remember when I can see it vividly? Do you remember when you walked up towards my desk and I caught you peeping at me? Right? Don't play.
I did?
Don't play. Jesus knows everything.
I don't know. I don't remember.
But you were peeping at me and I was like, I think old girl liked me though.
Are you sure?
But I promise you. And then you I can see the little twitch in your face, like you didn't want to look. Like you looked, but you didn't want to look.
I don't remember.
And I was like, oh, okay, little girl like me. That's what's up. You don't remember that?
No, baby.
All right, never mind. Anyhow, from that moment, I knew, yeah, that you that chick.
We met at work, guys. It's in the book, too. Get the book, guys.
Yeah, the book is good.
Yeah.
I think it's good. For our first time putting down, letters on a piece of paper to represent our past or our future. I thought it was pretty good. Now, granted, you can only get better after you initiate something in your life. You are never going to become what you're supposed to become until you initiate what you're supposed to become.
Yeah.
If God told you to write a book, write a book. I put it off for years. Many folks have said, boy, you should write a book. You should write a book. And it's not in my it's not in my forte, if I should say, to be a literary scholar, if that should be.
So Eric, Eric is more laid back, behind the scenes person, right? Even
true.
In the podcast, he doesn't like to be up front, doesn't like to be on camera, he's more of the laid back, and this is why when I said we need to write a book, and I said you need to write a book, right?
Even when I had my production record label company, right? I didn't even want to be known, but I had my baby Corinne and my sister Tanya. I'm calling their names because I want to give recognition. I love them and respect them. They did mostly everything for me. And In Time was not so much known for me. It was just the work that they put in, to that company, because I just rather show up and put the drums up and the guitars up and put the stage up, but let everybody else have their shine. That's me. Would you? I didn't really want to do a podcast.
Right.
You the one was itching.
I was like, let's do a podcast, right? We have a lot of things coming up.
But I got a lot to say. I mean, I really do have a lot.
He really does. He plays too much. And I'm like, people out there need to hear it.
Yeah.
And you talked about, if God put something in your spirit to do it, guys.
Yeah.
Whatever God tell you want to do, if you have a passion for it, if you have sleepless nights thinking about it, chances are it's something that you need to do. And even if you don't know how to start, right?
Just start.
Start a draft, whatever that is, whether it's a business, whether it's going back to college, going back to school, whatever your heart desires, just start it.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, when God gives you a vision, the vision really wasn't meant for you to provide for it. It was meant for God to provide for it, because it's Him giving you what He has or inspects for you to do while here. So He's giving you a vision. He's going to provide for it.
Yeah.
But He needs you to trust Him in the process. So if you're willing to step out, launch out into the deep, if you're willing to say, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm just going to start something, I'm going to let it happen, God will take you to the places you need to be. He will introduce you to the people you need to see. He will get you every footstep. For the footsteps of the righteous man is ordered by God.
Yeah.
And if you are that person and you're trying to get to where you want to be because you saw something in your mind that does not equate to your lifestyle, like for me, I didn't see me living the way I'm living. No, I put it this way. I saw me living the life that I'm living. I just had nothing to equate to what I saw.
Yeah.
Everything I saw was like, man, I don't have that. Man, I don't have that. And I don't know this. And I don't have that.
Right?
Literally disqualifying myself.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, when it's God's vision, it is His responsibility to provide for the vision He gave you. Just like He did with Joseph. He showed Joseph the vision that Joseph had. And poor Josephine had no clue how it was going to come to pass. Neither did his family. They laughed at the dude. They laughed at the young man and go, "What? You gonna become what? Stop
You're
playing."
not even qualified for that.
Right, right. You coming from us, the
But
Hebrews.
how many of us have gotten in positions and we told ourselves we're not qualified for it, but we know that God was the one that did it.
That absolutely did it.
Right?
Yes,
You couldn't tell me.
Yeah. And I think at the end of the day, you just got to be mindful to remind yourself that it was God.
Right.
Not you.
Not you.
Don't boast yourself on nothing. It was God. Because I can tell you, the life that I'm living is God given.
Yeah, for sure.
God given. I got a beautiful wife. I love her. I got a beautiful family. I love them and I cherish them. And that's all I ever desired as a young person, was just that. My father gave me a great example of how to be a father. Wesley Ragg. He gave me a beautiful example and never spoke a word to me. It was just his reactions, his actions, his doing, his deeds. That's all it was. He did what it was supposed to be done to be a good father. And I lived off of that. And that's what I wanted. And that's what I have.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, for sure. For sure.
So we're 41 into this.
Yeah. Get the book, guys.
Yes, get the book, y'all. Get the book. Get the book. Be blessed. Be blessed. We got more books coming.
Yeah.
According to God.
Yeah. According to God, we got some stuff coming.
I don't know what subject he's going to talk about, but at the end of the day, he said it. I'm believing and I'm going to provide it. That's all I can do. All we can do.
Yeah.
Well, then again, they got a big surprise coming too. I ain't saying nothing. I ain't going to tell nobody nothing. But it's going to bless the hearts of a lot of women.
Yeah.
Gonna bless the heart of a lot of women.
Stay connected. Follow us on YouTube.
Yeah. Oh yes, please.
Follow us on YouTube.
Go to Greenhouse Love at Greenhouse Love on YouTube. At Greenhouse Love, Love and Marriage. Do us a favor, please. Just click the subscribe button.
Subscribe.
It's free.
It's free.
It's free. If you can boast us up, if you can, why this thing buzzing on my butt?
Oh, it's the children calling us.
Lord,
we'll call them back.
Yeah, but go
subscribe.
Please subscribe. You know
and
what
then
I mean?
Share it with your friends.
And share it with your friends.
Yeah.
As you can see, we're not doing anything bad. We're not promoting any foolishness. We're not saying, anything wrong.
Look, share it with your friends. We've had lots of folks text us and just say, we're doing a good job. And they've been sharing it. So thank you to everyone who shared, like, subscribe. We have a couple of people have asked us to be a guest on their marriage ministry in the church. So we're really excited about that as well.
Yeah, and I want to bring other marriages in the fold. Yeah. Like other marriages in the fold. Whether you're successful in your marriage, whether you're struggling in your marriage, you don't know who you can help.
For sure.
Because some people think they're out there by themselves. They think they're going through it on their own. They think they're the only person experiencing such a thing. And the truth of the matter is, God left a witness.
Yeah.
Somebody is a testimony to another person's issue or another person's blessing.
Yeah.
So if you feel like you want to come on this thing and bless somebody's heart, bless somebody's soul, come on, man.
Yeah, just let us know. And
we don't have no respect to person. We don't care where you come from, where you're about, who you know, what It does not matter. We are humans first.
Be a guest.
Come just be a guest.
And also, while we have you here, just follow us. Like I said, we have, I have a podcast coming up, Woman Without Limits, podcast March 15th. I have 5 amazing ladies who are going to share their success stories as well. So follow us so you can get the details.
I have a podcast coming up too, Men That Are Afraid of Their Wives.
Whatever.
Especially their Caribbean wives. Trini wives.
No, so definitely subscribe. I think that's what we have coming up. Follow us on Facebook. Social media. I have marketing things coming up as well. You should see me posting.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff.
So next week, hopefully, prayerfully, we have a guest coming on. That's from Georgetown.
Oh yeah.
From a distance, you can admire people and don't say, anything to them. But I truly admire this couple. Listen, man, I love just anybody who's doing things, on the up and up and pouring into the community. And I sit back and I watch this couple. Um, they
We
they
can't
just
wait.
they just grow the community, and I love that.
Yeah.
I'm not telling no names. I'm not saying no
It's
names.
a surprise.
'Cause I'm waiting for God
I've
to
never
do it.
met them. I always see them on social media.
Yeah.
Always commenting on our page and our
Yeah.
posts and loving on us.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to
Yeah,
meet
yeah.
them and have a conversation with them too.
Yeah. So, anyhow, guys, we about to be out here,
Yeah.
and
Thanks
we
for
want you
tuning in.
guys to know that we love you for tuning in, and hopefully we can grow this thing and make this thing
Yeah, and
work.
continue to pray for us, right? Continue to pray that this podcast
Can
expands
grow.
and reach the right people, right? As well. And we need your help with sharing it.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah.
And we'll close. God, we
Yeah.
thank you for this day, this opportunity to be able to pour back into the marriages that you have ordained before the foundation of this world. God, we thank you right now that we're able to be in a position that we can speak life into dead situations. We just ask right now, God, that you bless it. As we speak it, you do it. In the name of Jesus, amen.
Amen. Bye, everyone.
Talk about love.
Let's talk about love, the good and tough. Through all the ups and downs, we're strong enough. The marriage is worth, but it's worth the fight. Let's dive into our life, shining love's light. Two hearts, one road, walking side by side, highs and lows. Got nothing to hide, love's a journey. So we state the facts, making this eternity. Let's talk about love, the good and tough.